Welcome to the Q&As or questions and responses for Good Chiro with from Sleeping with My Gun 2618. I love those names. When you say neck rotation, do you mean when they lift your head and kind of twist it? Absolutely. One of the things that a chiropractor is going to use, and it doesn't mean that what we do is right and what others do is wrong. This is just how to change the neurology behind it in a better fashion. And this is what I define as a good chiropractor. You've got multiple sensors on each vertebrae. You've got muscle spindles in the little tiny intrinsic muscles of the spine. Then you have the joint receptors, the joint mechanoreceptors. And then even the ligaments have sensory components into the brain. So the more you pick up and turn the head, the more you're stimulating those sensors to communicate to the brain. So you're actually increasing the tone of the muscles on either side of the spine. So that, if you're going to adjust, you want the spine in as neutral a position as possible. So when we're adjusting, we do not lift the head. And by lifting it, I mean you're not lifting it off of the headpiece. The headpieces on our tables elevate. So it's slightly elevated. If you have big shoulders, it's going to be elevated a little bit more. Smaller shoulders, it's elevated a little less. So the head's in a neutral position. And then the chiropractor goes in there and based on the x-rays and also based on the palpatory findings, like where the increased tone is and where there's a restriction in movement. And then you're going to adjust either the articulating pillars or the spinous processes. So two totally different angles. It doesn't seem like much, but this is going to be more of a spinous process. This is more of an articulating pillar. And so based on what that is, that response by the x-rays and the palpation, this is how you're going to adjust the cervical spine. So the turning the head far and then adjusting, I'm not a fan of at all because you're altering the communication of the body to the brain, and that's called proprioception. So the least proprioceptive influence that you can put into the spine, the better the effect of the adjustment, because the adjustment is literally changing the brain's view of the body, and that's proprioception. And when you do that, if the adjustment is done correctly, you're creating a small amount of inflammation at the level of the disc so the disc can regenerate. And so that structures in that area, in that cervical spine, are going to adapt to the new position and the new motion of the vertebrae. And then you get a corrective adjustment. That's like brilliant. Okay. And you're not going to get it if you're stimulating all of those sensors, because as soon as you turn that head, you're stimulating the mechanoreceptors, the muscle spindles, and the ligaments are all communicating to that brain, and they're going to increase the tone of the muscles, and you're not going to be changing proprioceptive as well. Question 2 from Beverly Lowry, 6731. What's your opinion of upper cervical chiropractic as the sole chiropractic adjustment? Love it. Okay, you're looking at one of the most studied chiropractic arts known. I know multiple docs that only adjust the upper cervical spine. One of the docs in Huntington Beach, who one of my mentors, Dr. Graham, worked with for decades. Okay, and this guy practiced more than 65 years, longer than I've been alive. And he would get so many people, I'm talking back pain, headaches, autonomic dysfunction, by adjusting that upper cervical area. The upper cervical area surrounds the brainstem, and this is the cardiac and respiratory center. So adjusting that can literally change the entire body. This is why we check upper cervical on every patient. It is a vital area, but you got to know that cervical spine, that upper cervical is a round bone. So it can move in 32 different positions. It can move forward on both sides, forward on one, back on one, sideways. It can move all over the place. So the assessment of the upper cervical is essential. Now, there's certain upper cervicals techniques that use before and after x-rays, and they are phenomenal. The only thing that upper cervical can miss is degeneration, lateral deviation, or some kind of fixation in the body based on old past traumas from a reverse curve or loss of lumbar curve or something that can negatively affect proprioception, the brain's view of the body in space. So we look at the entire structure, but has chiropractic techniques go, upper cervical is one of the best. They are limited if there is some type of chronic structural deviation that can negatively affect that proprioceptive influence. But on the majority, it's phenomenal. That's why we practice it so much. Question 3, and this is also has to do with question 4 too. So let me read both of them. And this is from AK Do for KD. What's the optimal time to stay at your clinic if I'm flying in from Europe for best results and financially? 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I have multiple disc injuries, both hip arthritis, other traumas, 31 years old, very active and fit. The second part, Dr. B, what does 90 days mean? 1 to 3 adjustments per day for 90 days straight. I'm planning on visiting you from Eastern Europe as soon as I get the means necessary. What would be most beneficial time to rehabilitate health-wise? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks? Okay, brilliant question. Okay, when we look at the intensity, all the adjustments are designed to change the brain's awareness of the body. Now, the body works on 90-minute intervals, and you'll see you go through 90-minute cycles of rapid eye movement. There's a lot of consistent cycles in the body. So in our protocol, we will do 3 adjustments a day on the majority of patients, okay, if they're coming in for time. But it does take 90 minutes between each adjustment. So this can take up half a day. And that is a challenge for a lot of people who work local in the area. So they may opt for 1 or 2 adjustments a day, 3, 4 days a week. But people that come in from far are usually doing 3 to 4 adjustments a day. Now, everyone can tolerate 3. And I'm talking osteoporotic, post-cancer patients, post-surgery patients. Everyone can tolerate 3 adjustments a day. Each adjustment, even though it's based on the x-rays, it's also based on how the body is adapting. So each adjustment may be different. Now, anything after the 3rd adjustment, we have to look for inflammatory processes because the adjustment is actually creating inflammation at the level of the disc. So the body can regenerate that disc and change the position and motion and communication of that vertebrae. If there's so much inflammation, you can't adjust over it. And so the 4th adjustment is going to be a decision based on the chiropractor, what they're finding on how your body can adapt. Now, healthy people, I always say healthy hurt people are way easier to fix than sick hurt. Sick hurt means they're taking multiple pharmaceutical products that can alter their physiology, or they have a poor diet, or they have poor sleep patterns, or they are emotionally stressed. And this is why we talk about physical, chemical, emotional stress are hugely important, and all 3 need to be addressed. Okay, so when you're adjusting the physical component and you're giving the ligamentous-based exercises that we give and the symmetrical-based exercises of movement, then you got a chance to change that proprioception. You get the best chance of doing it. But if you're not addressing the sleep patterns, because there is sleep restriction therapy that we give to every patient, if you're not adjusting the emotional or addressing the emotional component, and this is why we recommend neurolinguistic programming, deep breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, healthy diets in order to get the neurotransmitters produced in the gut to get that person out of that stress state, that sympathetic dominant state, into the resting, digesting, and repairing. So you got to balance the adjustments with balancing how that body can regenerate. And the healthier the person, the faster they can regenerate. So 3 adjustments a day times 4 to 5 days a week. When we hit 30 adjustments, we're getting post x-rays, post nerve scans, post blood analysis, so we can document that we actually are helping that body structurally, chemically, where the body has a chance to regenerate the best. So now how long? Well, in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we can get post x-rays. And we will see structural and neurologic changes. That's fantastic. 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks, we can get 60 adjustments based on the clinic you're at and how many adjustments we're getting. And at 60 adjustments, think of that. We've got the first set of x-rays, scans, blood analysis. Then 30 adjustments, x-rays, scans, blood analysis. 60 adjustments, x-rays, scans, and analysis. So through the entire process, we're documenting what's changing and what is not changing. So we have to look at the biomechanics of what that person is experiencing throughout the day. And this is hugely important because if we're doing an adjustment and all day long they're on their cell phone or they're on some other type of device or they're mechanically bent over, such as pilots, office workers, anyone that's sitting. That's why we have an exercise to turn sitting into therapy. So this way we can see what is changing and what is not changing. And then typically, unless they're staying for longer, like for hip degeneration, looking at about a month, we're looking at to expand that joint. And then I recommend anytime you're there to film the adjustments, to film the nutrition report, to film the report of findings. I want you to film every aspect on your cell phone. So this way, when you get back home, I can set up a meeting with your chiropractor back home to continue on with the correction, because grade 1 can be corrected very, very quickly. Remember, grade 1 arthritis, there's no change in the disc or the bone. There's just an alteration in position. And that's easily maintained based on your stress level. So we may be able to get nearly a 60, 80, 90, 100% correction in a month in grade 1 arthritis. And then to maintain it, it's based on your level of stress. So if you have very little stress, like let's say you move correctly every day, you're a yoga instructor, a Pilates instructor. Let's say your diet is super healthy. Let's say your sleep patterns are fantastic. Let's say that you're emotional, solid. Okay, you have great techniques to deal with emotional stressors. So you have very little physical, chemical, emotional stress. You may be seen once a month, every other month. But again, it's going to be based on an objective analysis of the nerve scans, blood analysis, and x-rays to make sure that your body is maintaining that level of health. And if we see, let's say we're seeing you once a month, so we're going to x-ray you post x-ray in like 2 years, and we see the body declining, we know that frequency wasn't efficient for you. If we see the body continually improving, beautiful, then we go every other month. So the level of adjustments that you need after you get corrections is going to be based on your stress level and how you're able to handle that. So when we talk about 90 days on a lot of the post x-rays, that's usually 3 times a week, okay, for 90 days. That gets us enough to get post x-rays and scans. 3 times a day for 90 days. We typically don't have that protocol because there's not really the need there, because people heal fast. So if you're going to come out 2 weeks, we get 1 post x-ray, 4 weeks, for 4.5 weeks, we're going to get 2 sets of post x-rays and good data. So 2 weeks minimum, 4 weeks is going to be some of the best. But we've had patients stay with us where they've literally gotten apartments and things close to one of our clinics, and they'll stay there for a couple of months based on the chronicity of the injury. But make sure, film as much as you can. And then this way you get good data where you can help your chiropractor to not just maintain your health, but to continue the corrections, because your body is designed for health. It's designed for health. So when you see and have that objective analysis of good pre and post x-rays, and you're addressing the physical, chemical, emotional stress as well, the exercises throughout the day, and the nutrition and the sleep and the emotional component, bam, you're going to have permanent corrections. Now, if your question wasn't answered here, check out our Dr. B VIP, and we're going to get to as many questions as we possibly can.